As children, we felt comforted by this person. Yet, how would telling people to be nice to one another get a man crucified? What government would execute Mr. Rogers or Captain Kangaroo? You see, Jesus favored those who would have been kicked out of Bible college and rejected by most churches. Among his contemporaries, he somehow gained a reputation as a winebibber and a glutton. Those in authority, whether religious or political, regarded him as a troublemaker, a disturber of the peace. He spoke and acted like a revolutionary, scorning fame, family, property, and other traditional success. H.G. Wells. Do I have to tell you who H.G. Wells is? Y'all good with that? Okay. H.G. Wells said this: more than 1,900 years later, a historian like myself, who doesn't even call himself a Christian, finds the picture centering irresistibly around the life and character of the most significant man. The historian's test of an individual's greatness is, what did he leave to grow? Did he start men to thinking along fresh lines with vigor that persisted after him? By this test, Jesus stands first. That's a non-believer. One statement that I learned very well while in the Navy, and I was thinking about this very statement yesterday. We went to the lake and swam, and I was sitting at the edge of the lake, and some big waves hit us. And I thought about this statement. It came flashing back to me. It says, you can gauge the size of a ship that has passed out of sight by the huge wake it leaves behind. He, Jesus, was a human. Walter Casper, a German Catholic cardinal and theologian. And guys, I would recommend just going and looking up Walter Casper when we're done, not right now. He has said this: extreme notions see God dressed as a Father Christmas figure, or slipping on dungarees in order to repair the world after a breakdown. The biblical and church doctrine that Jesus was a complete man with a human intellect and human freedom does not seem to prevail in the average Christian head. So let's prove it. Sorry, guys. Matthew 1. So this is going to be our scripture. Matthew 1, verses 1 through 17. If you've heard someone preach on this, I want you to raise your hand. Have you ever heard anyone preach on this? Have you ever heard anyone speak on this? These scriptures. Matthew 1, 1 through 17. All right. We are about to. Here we go. I'm going to read it, so you don't have to read it. All right? All right, you guys ready? This is the record of the ancestors of Jesus the Messiah, a descendant of David and of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob was the father of Judah and his brothers. Judah was the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nahshon. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab. Boaz was the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth. We love those two ladies, don't we? Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse was the father of King David. David was the father of Solomon, whose mother was Bathsheba, the widow of Uriah. Solomon was the father of Rehoboam. Rehoboam was the father of Abijah. Abijah was the father of Asa. Asa was the father of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat was the father of Jeroam. Jeroam was the father of Uzziah. Uzziah was the father of Jotham. Jotham was the father of Ahaz. Ahaz was the father of Hezekiah. Hezekiah was the father of Shealtiel. Shealtiel was the father of Azor. Azor was the father of Zadok. Zadok was the father of Achim. Achim was the father of Eliud. Eliud was the father of Eleazar. Eleazar was the father of Mathan. Nathan was the father of Jacob. Jacob was the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary. Mary gave birth to Jesus, not Jesus, but the Messiah,